Hello everyone, welcome to PMP with Ammar. Today we are going to discuss 10 tough PMP exam-like questions. I hope you have learned a lot from the first session. If you have not watched that, please click on the link below and watch the first session where we have discussed 10 challenging PMP questions. We spent a lot of time in developing these questions, and these questions are almost similar to the real exam. So if you want to see if you're really prepared for the exam, see how much you will be scoring in these exams. So whatever your score in these mock tests, you can expect similar level of performance in the real exam. So let's start. All right. So I'll show you a question. Please pause the video, read the questions thoroughly, then come up with the right answer. Then I will be reading the question and I'll be explaining what is the right answer and why. If you need any information about our daily live PMP class on Zoom, or if you need information about our upcoming courses, or if you need any help regarding your PMP exam preparation, feel free to contact here, and my team would be sending you all the details regarding our PMP resources. All right, let's start question number 1. You are managing a project with a diverse team of experts. Despite regular meetings and updates, the team struggles to make decisions and discussions often go off track, leading to confusion and delays in project execution. There is a noticeable lack of consensus and alignment among team members. What is the most likely reason for these recurring issues? So what's happening? You're managing a team of diverse experts. So despite regular meetings, the team struggles to make decisions. So number 1, struggles to make decision. And second, discussions go off track. Very important, leading to confusion and delays in project execution. So what's the problem? What's the root cause? Option 1, the project manager has not provided clear guidelines on the decision-making authority. Not a bad choice. Could be one of the reasons, because team members struggle to make decisions, right? So there are not clear guidelines to make decisions. Option B, lack of team building and team bonding activities. There is no indication in the question that says team lacks team building and team bonding. There is lack of trust, or they don't collaborate or cooperate, or they have doubts, or they have conflicts. So we can easily eliminate option B, because B can't be the right choice. Option C, team lacks facilitation skills to guide discussion and decision making. Facilitation skills, very important. So what's happening? The problem is team members are not able to make decision. Why? Because discussions go off track. Means they are not able to facilitate the meeting in a right way. So what is facilitation skills? So facilitation skills are when you manage a meeting in a way that you stay on agenda, you discuss whatever is planned to be discussed, you give equal opportunity to everybody, right? So you don't go off track, and you follow a well-defined process in the meeting. So that's what's happening in the statement. They struggle to make decision, discussions often go off track, leading to confusion and delays, and there is a noticeable lack of consensus and alignment. So the option that directly addresses the problem stated in the question is option C, team lacks facilitation skills. A is also a good choice, but A handles a part of the problem. Like team members, they're not able to make decision. But why they're not able to make decision? Because they're not facilitating the meeting in a right manner. They're not conducting the meeting in a right way. So they need facilitation skills. Option D, lack of emotional intelligence. There is no indication in the question that says team lacks emotional intelligence. So correct answer is option C. Let's read the explanation. So without facilitation skills, meetings can become disorganized, leading to confusion, miscommunication, and project delays. So facilitation skills are needed. Next question. You're managing a project that is currently ahead of schedule. Interesting. And you see an opportunity to complete a key deliverable earlier than planned. So there's an opportunity. Opportunity means positive risk. This early completion could significantly increase the project overall value and stakeholder satisfaction. To make most of this opportunity, or to realize the benefit from this opportunity, you consider outsourcing the work to a specialized vendor. So you're considering outsourcing, right? So it's an opportunity. So to a specialized vendor who can complete it faster than your in-house team. So you're shifting from in-house development to outsourcing, right? So there's a shift in plan. So as a project manager, which response strategy are you employing? So transfer. We can easily eliminate transfer because in transfer, you handle negative risk. You handle threats. So transfer is a response to threats. So we are not talking about threats here. We're talking about positive risks or positive opportunities. So if it is positive, it could be either exploit, it could be either share, it could be enhance, because these three are responses to opportunities. So here we are talking about opportunities, not threats. So we can easily eliminate option A. Option B, exploit. Now, exploit is a risk response strategy where you change your plan to make sure the opportunity is realized. So to do every possible thing to make sure opportunity is realized, that is called exploit. So that's what you're doing here. You're changing your plan from in-house development to outsourcing to make sure opportunity is fully realized. So exploit is not a bad choice. Option C and D, share and enhance, sharing benefits of positive opportunities among partners. We are not sharing benefits, so we can easily eliminate option C as well. Option D, enhance. Enhance is changing your plans to maximize the impact and probability of an event. So we are not changing the probability or impact of an opportunity or event. We are realizing the opportunity. We are making sure we are generating an opportunity from scratch. So we are making 100% sure that an opportunity is right. So the difference between exploit and enhance is that exploit is an aggressive strategy as compared to enhance. Enhance is just increasing the chances. Exploit is taking the chances up to 100%, close to 100%, by making 100% sure that this opportunity would happen or would be realized. That's what we are doing here. So correct answer is option B. We are exploiting this. So correct answer is option B. We are exploiting this opportunity, right? Let's read the explanation. So the correct risk response strategy in this scenario is exploit, not enhance, because exploit involves taking direct and decisive action to ensure that an opportunity is fully realized. Contrarily, enhance is about increasing the likelihood or impact of the opportunity. So here we are taking aggressive actions to make sure that the opportunity is fully realized through outsourcing. So correct answer is option B, that is exploit. Next question. Several team members have expressed concerns about feeling excluded from important decisions and updates, causing confusion and delays in project activities. Upon investigation, you discover that the team primarily relies on instant messaging and town hall conversations. As a PM, what should you do to resolve the issue? So what's happening? Some team members are excluded from important decisions. Why? Because team heavily relies on instant messaging and town hall conversation. Now remember, instant messaging and town hall conversations are form of informal communication. These are form of informal communications. So team heavily relies on informal communication. Option A, encourage more frequent use of informal communication. So they're already doing the same thing. So there is no point of focusing more on informal communication. So we can easily eliminate option A. Option B, implement formal communication protocols to ensure all team members receive consistent and timely information. Not a bad choice. They are focusing on informal communication. Now, if we add formal communication here, then combination of formal and informal would be really good when it comes to making information or communication effective. So not a bad choice. We can park it. Option C, restrict the use of informal communication. Now, informal communication channels are equally important. We cannot restrict those, right? So we can easily eliminate option C. Option D, designate a communication coordinator to monitor discussions and provide updates to the team. So number one, in PMI or one of the PMIs is inclusivity. So we make sure that all the team members are involved. So whenever you see an option like assign this responsibility to a single individual, appoint somebody as coordinator, most of the time that is not correct, because that's more like excluding all the team members. And another thing is that PMIism is shared responsibility. Shared accountability means all the team members are involved and they are responsible and accountable. So D is appointing coordinators isn't much helpful in this situation. So we can eliminate D as well. So correct answer is along with informal communication channels, include formal communication protocols so that team members are informed before those meetings and they don't feel excluded. So correct answer is option B. Let's read the explanation. So relying heavily on informal communication needs can result in some team members being left out of critical updates and decisions. So by implementing formal communication protocols, we can handle the situation. Next question. You have received bids from various vendors and have shortlisted the most suitable vendor based on the evaluation criteria for a major billion-dollar project. What should be your next step to ensure successful finalization of the vendor selection process? So you have done the shortlisting. So shortlisting has been done based on the evaluation criteria. Now, what you should do next to ensure successful finalization of the vendor selection process. So how we will be completing vendor selection process, selection of the vendor. Prepare a detailed contract outlining all project requirements and deliverables. So we're not talking about signing of contract. We're talking about vendor selection. So option A can't be the right choice. Another thing is that we don't directly detail contract or we don't develop the contract. We negotiate with the contract and collaboratively and through a collaborative process, we come up with the terms of the contract. So A can't be the right choice. B, negotiate with the vendor to finalize the terms and conditions. Yes, a good choice, but again, we're talking about successful finalization of the vendor selection process. So B can't be the right answer. C, obtain approval from the project sponsor for the selected vendor. Yes, this is the correct choice. When you complete evaluation, then you share that bids evaluation report to the employer or the sponsor to seek their approval to get formal authorization of the evaluation process. Like evaluation has been done in line with the evaluation criteria. So C is the best choice in this situation. Option D, conduct a final review of the vendor's financial stability and past performance. We have already done that. So there is no need to do that again because vendor has already been selected based on the evaluation criteria. So if vendor has already been selected, there is no point of doing the same thing again. So D can't be the right choice. So correct answer is option C. Let's read the explanation. So after shortlisting the most suitable vendor, obtaining approval from the project sponsor is crucial before proceeding further. This step ensures that the sponsor agrees with the vendor selection and is aligned with the decision, which is essential for the finalization of the vendor selection and moving ahead with the negotiation or contract. Next question. You're managing a project to develop a new product with core features that provide a significant competitive advantage. However, due to a shortage of time, you're considering outsourcing part of the product development. What should you prioritize to ensure the product success and maintain the competitive advantage? Wonderful, interesting question. So you're managing a project to develop a new product with core functionalities. However, due to shortage of resources or time, you're considering outsourcing. So what you should prioritize? Option A, select a vendor with a reputation for delivering high quality work. Yes, this is what normally we do, but this does not address the problem that is stated in the question. The problem is you want to outsource because of shortage of time. So what are the things that you should be considering? So yes, we will be selecting a vendor with good reputation, but this does not directly addresses the concern which is being stated in the question. Option B, outsource the non-core feature of the product. Interesting, not a bad choice. So yes, we will be outsourcing the non-core features. Why? Because if you outsource core feature, you would lose competitive advantage. So B is not a bad choice. Let's park it. Option C, negotiate a fixed price contract to control. So fixed price contract is negotiated when scope of work services is fixed. There is no indication about scope of services, so we can easily eliminate option C. So if scope of work is fixed and known, we go with fixed price contract. Otherwise, we go with cost plus or time and material contract. Option D, conduct a risk assessment to evaluate potential impacts due to outsourcing. Another PMIism. Before you take any action, first of all, go with evaluation and assessment. So complete your assessment analysis first before you come up with the right choice. So what we want to do here, we want to do outsourcing, but before you do outsource, complete your assessment. So option D, conduct a risk assessment to evaluate potential impact due to outsourcing, directly deals with assessment and analysis. So before you take any action, first do the assessment. So if you do the risk assessment, you'll get to know what are the positive uncertainties or opportunities and threats involved in outsourcing. So if opportunities are greater than threats, then you would go with the outsourcing option. Otherwise, you won't be outsourcing. So correct answer is option B, conduct a risk assessment to evaluate potential opportunities and threats before you go with the outsourcing. All other options are incorrect. Let's read the explanation. So conducting a risk assessment is a crucial step before deciding to outsource, especially when it involves core features. So a risk assessment helps identify potential risks associated with outsourcing, such as impacts on quality, delays, vendor reliability. This step ensures you are aware of the risk and can develop mitigation strategies, making an informed decision. Next question. You're managing a project that has experienced several fluctuations in the defect rates over past few months. To understand whether the defects rate is improving, deteriorating, or remaining stable, you want to visualize this data over time. What tool should you use to best analyze these changes? Interesting. So you're experiencing defect rate, change in defect rate. So you want to see if it is moving in a right direction, if it is improving or deteriorating, or it's the same. So what you should do to visualize data over time. Now, control chart. Control chart has upper control limit and lower control limit. It's a process study tool to analyze product of your process over a set period. Control chart does not give you data over time. So for example, you can see what's the health of your process at this point in time right now, right? So for example, you want to see at the end of quarter 1, but you won't see what was the performance in quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, or past performances. So you cannot see that fluctuation over time. So A can't be the right answer because A does not address or does not provide information over time. Scatter diagram. So scatter plot is used to mathematically substantiate relationship between two variables. It has nothing to do with visualizing data over time. So if you want to see if there is a strong or weak relationship between two variables, you can use scatter plot. So for example, if you want to see what's the relationship between workmanship and the quality of product, so you can mathematically plot a graph, and if on the graph points are closer to each other, then a strong relationship, otherwise it's a weak relationship. So it's not relevant to the statement. We can eliminate that. Trend chart. Now, trend analysis or trend chart provides you data over time. It gives you the trend. It gives you the change in data or the pattern over time. So trend chart directly provides you visual representation of data over time. So C is correct answer here. If you want to see fluctuations in defects rate over time, then trend chart is a correct answer. So for example, it will give you something like that. So for example, trend is like this. So you can visually see what's the change. So this is, let's suppose, T0, T1, T2, T3, T4. So you can visually see the change or fluctuation in defect rate. Histogram plots frequency of defects at any point in time or within a set period. Again, it doesn't give you data over time, right? So correct answer is option C. Let's read the explanation. All right, so a trend chart is specifically designed to display changes in data over time. So if that's what we want to see in this question. Next question. You're managing a co-located project team working in the same office. Despite being in close proximity, there have been instances of miscommunication. So it's a co-located team. And despite close proximity, there have been miscommunication and delays. To ensure that everyone on the team has access to updated information on project progress, thus facilitating transparency and preventing, what should you use? So what you should use to ensure that everyone in the team has access to updated information. So that's the key word. Everyone on the team has access to updated information. Option A, status report. So status report provides you progress status over a set period. So for example, you can see a status report of past performance. So what's happening right now, you need a fresh status report. So you cannot develop status report every day. Status report is developed over certain periods. So for example, it could be weekly or monthly. So what you would be doing within that month, right? So you need to wait for the data date or the date when you will be receiving the status report. So status report does not provide you the real-time information or updated information to everyone at any point in time or at all time. If you read the question, it says at all time. So status report won't be the right answer. Milestone chart, it provides you high-level information about your progress status. Again, it's similar to status report. It doesn't provide you progress status at all times to everybody or updated information. So again, you can exclude that. Interactive communication. Interactive communication means having face-to-face communication. It's a co-located team. You can have meetings, but how many times you will be having meeting on status or progress status, right? So you can't have meetings all the time. So interactive communication is again not a good option when it comes to be aware of the status of the project. So correct answer is information radiators. What is information radiator? Information radiators are visual display of information that is accessible or that can be viewed by all the team members all the time, and it reflects updated information. So it's the kind of a physical board, could be a Kanban board, Scrum board, it could be a task board or bulletin board that is placed on somewhere that is visible to all of the team within that workspace where team members can see and access the information. So the most effective and best option is have information radiator placed on the walls or wherever those could be seen by all the team members, as they provide updated information to everybody all the time. So D is correct option. Let's read the explanation. So information radiators are displays such as task board, Kanban board, placed in common areas of office. They provide real-time, up-to-date information to everybody in the co-located teams, right? So they ensure transparency. Next question. You're managing a high-profile project that has just delivered its first product increment. During customer acceptance testing, several critical defects were discovered, causing concern among stakeholders. In the subsequent meeting, the project management team and the quality team start blaming each other for the defects, creating a tense environment. What does this situation most likely indicate about the project current status? Okay, option A, lack of comprehensive risk management plan. So yes, there are defects, and there could be one of the reasons that they haven't done risk management, but we're not talking about defects here. We're talking about the blame game. So in subsequent meeting, PM team and quality team start blaming each other. So we need to find what's the root cause for blaming each other. So it's not the risk management plan. Option B, inadequate product testing. Again, it talks about defects. It doesn't address the problem of blaming each other. Option C, the project manager didn't develop a RACI chart. So RACI chart defines who is responsible, who is accountable, who needs to be consulted, and who needs to be informed. So RACI chart directly addresses the root cause here. That is, if you have a RACI chart, then everybody would be aware of their roles and responsibility, and they cannot blame each other. So correct answer is option C, RACI chart. Option D, lack of cross-functional coordination. There is no indication in the statement that says team members do not cooperate with each other, they don't trust each other, they are having meeting, right? So there is no indication of lack of coordination. So correct answer is option C. Let's read the explanation. The correct answer highlights the absence of a RACI chart, which is essential for clarifying roles and responsibilities within the project team. So without a RACI chart, confusion and blame can arise, as seen in the tension between the two departments. Next question. You're managing a project with a multicultural team composed of members from various backgrounds and countries. Recently, there have been misunderstanding and conflicts arising from different communication styles and cultural norms. As a project manager, what core values should you emphasize to build a harmonious and effective team environment? Interesting. So option A, responsibility, option B, fairness, then honesty, then respect. So these are 4 values mentioned in PMI code of ethics and conduct. Now the question is, which value is the most important in this situation? So in the question, you will see options where one option would be the best choice, other would be better, third would be good, and fourth may be irrelevant, right? So same is the case in this question, like all the options, all the values are important, but one is more relevant in this situation. So when you have different backgrounds, different countries, different norms, different values, right? You need to respect those cultures. So option D, respect, is the most relevant answer here. Yes, we need to be responsible, fairness, and honest. But the most important thing in this situation is we should be respectful of different cultures, norms, and values. So correct answer is option D. Let's read the explanation. So respect is a core value emphasized by PMR that is vital for managing a multicultural team. It involves recognizing and appreciating the diverse perspective, backgrounds, and contribution by all team members. Next question. Your competitor is planning to launch a product that will directly compete with your idea to develop a new product. To maintain your market position, you aim to create a superior product. What should you do first? Interesting. Option A, develop the product charter to outline the product objective. Good option. Like before you start anything, you need charter. Charter is a formal document that is required to formally initiate something. But before we initiate the project, first we need to determine what exactly we need to develop. So we haven't determined yet what we will be developing, right? So before you develop charter, first you need to conduct some feasibility studies, right? So option A is a direct action before you go with the study. So we won't be developing charter because charter is a formal initiation. So before you initiate, you do some analysis, business analysis. So A can't be the right answer. Option B, review the competitor's product to identify strengths and weaknesses. Not a bad choice because we want to develop a superior product. So in order to develop a superior product, you need to review what competitor is offering. So not a bad choice. Let's park it. Option C, focus on accelerating the development process to release your product. Again, before you focus on accelerating the process, first you need to define what exactly you will be developing because we need to find what you should do first. So C can't be the right answer. D, conduct a thorough market analysis to understand customer needs and anticipate market demands. Impressive. Now, this is the right choice. Before you do anything, first of all, you need to understand market needs and customer needs because whatever you would be developing, first that should be in line with customer needs. If you're developing something to match the competitor, but not the customer, then that won't be fruitful. So first action is look at customer needs. Like, do we really need this product? Once you determine that, then you can look for the competitor product. So if I rank these different actions, so first action would be this, second action would be B, third action would be developing charter, and fourth would be accelerating the pace. So correct answer is option D. Let's read the explanation. So the first step should be to conduct a market analysis to gain insight into customer preferences and market trends. While reviewing the competitor product is valuable, understanding the broader market context is essential to identify potential gaps, opportunities, and customer needs. This analysis will help you to shape a product that meets or exceeds market expectation, giving you a competitive advantage. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have learned a lot. If you have any comment or any feedback regarding these questions or these sessions, please provide your feedback in the comment section of this video. Also, please subscribe to this channel because whenever we will be uploading any new video, you will be getting a notification or you will be informed, right? Stay tuned. We will be updating more quality content almost every day. All right, everybody, take good care of yourself. I'll see you with an interesting lesson tomorrow. Take care. Bye.